Good morning, everyone. So, in today's session, we will see the new topic called chemical bonds, how the chemical bond occurs in a molecule to form a molecule between any two elements. So, let us have some basic idea about before going to the chemical bonds. We need to have some important and basic knowledge about bonds as well as the reaction. So, in the first video or in the online class, I have discussed what is reaction. So reaction is nothing but breaking of old bond and the formation of new bond is called as a reaction. So that means break will take place. The formation and breaking takes place simultaneously during the reaction. Let us take one example, that is whenever acid reacts with base, they form salt and water molecule. Right? Now, HCl, hydrochloric acid, and sodium hydroxide. Right? I'm just explaining what is the reaction. So, before the reaction, H, H is having a bond with Cl and Na, that means sodium is having a bond with OH, that is hydroxyl ion. This is the reactant condition. But in case of product, this part is called product and these are called reactants. Right? So now you just observe this reaction. H is having a bond with Cl or Cl is having a bond with H. Sodium, that means Na is having a bond with OH or OH is having a bond with Na. When they are reactant. But when we mix them, then what happens is the new product will be formed. See, Cl before in the reaction, reactant part, in the reactant left hand side, Cl was having a bond with H, but now in the product, Cl came with Na. Right? That means old bond has broken and new bond has formed. Like how H was in the reactant, H was with Cl, but now H is with OH to form and formed a water molecule. Right? These two formation or breaking that takes place simultaneously. So that's why this is called a reaction. Balancing of equation or balancing the reaction we will go in the later sessions. But now just you have a brief idea about what is a reaction. So reaction is nothing but breaking of old bond and the formation of new bond is called as a reaction. This complete process is called a reaction. Right? So after having a definition about a reaction, we will directly come to the today's point, that is what are bonds, right? So bonds are nothing but, right, they hold two molecules or two atoms or element together in a molecule, right? Actually, this is H2. This is the open diagram with bond, right? So H2, that means bond. What is bond? Or in general, bond is nothing but it might be present in between any atom like hydrogen or any ion or any element, and that holds together. That means this bond holds the two atom or molecule or two atom or element or ions to form a molecule like H2. Right? Now here we can see there is a H2 molecule. Right? So that means this bond holds two elements in to form a molecule, right? Now, to form a bond between any two element or ion, we require electrons. That is very important. See, simply this bond will not form, right? So there will be a involvement of electrons here, right? So that means now let me explain. If a single bond is present in between any two element or atom, then how many electrons are involved for the formation of bond, which is very important. So now here, whenever, remember this point very importantly, whenever there is a single bond between any two element or ion or atom, there will be an involvement of two electrons, right? There will be always involvement of two electrons. That means to form a one bond, a molecule requires two electrons, right? Later we will see which element will give electron or which element will donate the electrons to the electrons to form a bond, right? Later we will discuss in types of bonds. So now again, say for example in O2 molecule, right? Actually O2. Now in O2 there are two bonds, right? So two bond means what I said, for one bond we require two electrons. That means here whenever there is a double bond in between any two atom or element, then definitely there will be an involvement of four electrons, right? In the same manner, if I take one more example of triple bond, right? These are the common bond present between any chemicals, right? We can see a single bond, oftenly double bond or triple bond. Now here we require how many? 6 electrons, right? That means whenever there will be a triple bond in between any two element or atom, then definitely there will be a 6 electron involvement, right? So this is bond. That means bond can hold a element to form a bond. That means once the bond is formed, then the molecule will be very stable, right? So why they form? There will be involvement of electron? Why they form bond means the simple answer is to be stable in a nature. They react. The chemicals react with other chemicals, right? And whenever they react with the other chemicals, definitely there will be a formation of bond, right? So this is about bond. Now directly we will see what is chemical bond. Chemical bond. So the attractive force between two elements or atoms, the attractive force between two elements or atoms that holds in a molecule. Very important, right? So the attractive force, right? The attractive force between two elements or atoms that holds in a molecule is called a chemical bond, right? So now the next thing to understand is what is attractive, right? When does this attractiveness comes in a molecule, in an atom or an element, right? So the attraction is very important to form a bond between any two elements, right? So there is an attraction between element or atom. So that's why we can see a molecule in the form of chemical, right? So if there is no attraction between any two element or atom, then definitely there will be no formation of molecule. We couldn't see the formation of molecule. What when if there is no attractive force between any two molecule, any two elements, right? So now, when does this attraction occurs? See, first thing is to remember that we need to bring two elements, right? We need to bring, say, let us take example of Cl. So we want to form a chlorine gas, right? To form a chlorine gas, there should be an attraction between these two chlorines, right? When this attraction occurs? That is a very important point. Now, see, if we keep the two molecules which are going for the reaction, if we keep those molecules far away from each other, then this attraction will not occur. Very important. We need to do one thing, that is, we bring these reactive species very close, right? When we bring these reactive species very close, then it might be an attractive force or a repulsive force definitely occurs, right? When we bring these two molecules very closer, then definitely the attractive part will come in existence and there will be a formation of a molecule, right? Say, one more example we can see, H plus Cl minus, right? Now you can easily understand. Here there is a positive charge and here there is a negative charge, so that's why they are having different charges. The opposite charge attracts each other and it will form. You saw this type of reaction in your 10th or 9th classes, right? So H plus Cl minus, because there is a presence of opposite charge or unequal charge, there will be a formation of HCl. So likewise, one we can define a chemical bond. So attractive force will come when we bring the two elements or the reacting species closer, then definitely the formation of product or the formation of molecule takes place or a complex takes place, right? So now we will see the types, right, which are very important. So the type of bonds, we see many types of bonds, but in today's session we will see two type of bonds. Those are covalent bond and one more ionic bond. So these bonds are we can see number of different type of bonds, but these two are very important, and these two type of bond we very oftenly see in the normal chemicals, right? So first we will see what is covalent bond. So bond is nothing but, now already we have idea about bonds, so thus now covalent bond, right? So covalent bond is nothing but the electrostatic force of attraction between, right? I will write and show you the electrostatic force of attraction. The electrostatic force of attraction between attraction between any two atoms by mutual sharing of electrons. Very important. Mutual sharing of electrons mutual sharing of electrons. So here these two atoms may be having maybe different or with same charge, right? Very important. Here in this type of bond we see very easily, we see the molecules, right? H2, Cl2, N2, O2, right? F2, right? Formation of molecule we will see very easily here in case of covalent bond. So now, so to see this covalent bond, so these 2 points are very important. So electrostatic force of attraction we know, and now two atoms, they may be same atom or maybe a different atoms. That is one point here. Understand? We need to understand, and the mutual sharing, which is very important. Mutual sharing means, let us take one example. H plus H gives H2, or open form we can show like this, H and H, right? We all know that the hydrogen has only one electron. So that means this hydrogen has one electron, and this hydrogen atom or element has one electron, right? So now see, there is a single bond after reaction. There is a formation of single bond between hydrogen and hydrogen. That means how many electrons we require if there is a single bond? 2 electrons. Therefore, to form this bond, this hydrogen has donated 1 electron for the formation of bond, and the same way, because this hydrogen has donated 1 electron, the duty of this hydrogen is to donate 1 electron. This is called mutual sharing, right? So mutual sharing is nothing but, if for example, if this hydrogen is donating 2 electron, means in mutual sharing this hydrogen what is need to do, this hydrogen will also should donate 2 electrons. This is called mutual sharing. If this hydrogen is donating 3, means this hydrogen will also donate or need to donate 3 electrons. That is called mutual sharing, right? So in covalent bond we can see as an example H2, N2, right? Cl2 or O2, etc. and etc. So this covalent bond leads to the formation of molecules. That means either it may be a same with the formation of bond with the same atom, or it may be with the different atoms. So that's why here the mutual sharing takes place. So thus the formation of what covalent bond takes place. This type of bonds are called as covalent bond when there is a mutual sharing, right? So if in case if this hydrogen is only donating 2 electron, means this will not be a what covalent bond, right? Here what is required is nothing but if this hydrogen is donating 1 electron, means this hydrogen is also should donate 1 electron. That is called mutual sharing. In mutual sharing, both the elements should donate the electrons with respect to the number of electrons with respect to the number of electron donating by this one element. If the one element is donating 2, means this element should donate 2 electrons, right? This is called mutual sharing. Next type of bond is ionic bond. This is very important and very easily you can understand, right? So ionic bond. So before going to the ionic bond definition, we have some glance about what are ions, right? Here I will show you two species, two species, Cl2 and Cl minus. or else H2 and H plus. See here, when we should call a element or a chemical ion, right? This is the concept now. See, when there is no charge on the element or a species, then that species or that element is not called a ion. When there is a charge on the species or a chemical species, then only one we can say that there is ion. That means, see, to name this Cl2, what I use is chlorine molecule. Now, see, chlorine molecule. Now, chloride ion. See, what I am adding here? Ion. Chloride ion. Right? Chloride ion. And for this chlorine molecule, see the difference. So, when I am using ion, when there is a charge, right? If there is a charge on the element, then only you can call that element as an ion, or proton ion, or hydrogen ion. You can say like this, hydrogen ion. For this hydrogen molecule. So that means now you can understand that ion is nothing but when there is a presence of charge on the element, then only that respective species is called ion, right? So without charged species, one we cannot call that as an ion. If it is neutral, if there is a charge, then definitely what we use the word called ion. So that means now you can very easily understand what is ionic bond, right? So ionic bond is nothing but by using this methodology, one we can say ion means definitely the charged species, right? The charge may be same charged species or it might be a different charged species. The electrostatic force of attraction between any two oppositively charged species or same charged species. The electrostatic force of attraction between any two same or different charged elements, right? Any two, or when we can say oppositively charged ions, right? Or you can directly say oppositively charged ions. Oppositively charged ions or elements, right? So there should be a opposite charged species. Then only the formation of the formation of ionic bond takes place. It may be a same. That means we cannot see. Sorry, here you make one adjustment here. Two different or two oppositively charged elements. Right? Here same will not come. Same species, in between same species, if there is a formation of bond, then that is called covalent bond. So two different charged species or element, you can say, or elements, right? So two different, that means electrostatic force of attraction between any two different charged species is called as a ionic bond. So ionic bond is a very strong bond if we compare to the this bond with the covalent bond. So why? Because here in this case the two oppositively charged species are present like this, Na plus Cl minus C. The first condition is they should be different. They should have different charge, not same charge, as in case of as we saw in case of covalent bonds. So thus, so Na is having positive charge and Cl is having negative charge, and resulting to give a salt that is called as table salt that is called as sodium chloride. So now here there is no mutual sharing. Now just I am comparing ionic with the covalent bond. There is no mutual sharing. Here one is donor and one is acceptor, right? See, Cn is having, again, these are called anions, right? And these are called as the cations. The element having with positive charge are called as cations, and the elements with negative charge are called as anions. I have already explained you. So now, when negative charge will come on the element, when there is a extra electron, right? When there is a extra electron is added, right? We will see a complete study about how this NaCl bond formation. But for now, this to understand this, one we can say the Cl is having extra electron, that means more electron. So that's why this Cl donates one electron, and it is one electron less species, right? When positive charge will come on the atom, when there is a loss of electron. So that's why it has gone into the loss and it has gained. So that's why it is donating. That's why this is called a donor in this case, and this is called, it is accepting the electrons. So that's why this is called a acceptor. And like how one can be saying NaCl can be formed. So this concept, that means how the formation of NaCl takes place, I will discuss in the next video. For today's class, this much only enough. So in next session, we will have some more detail about how NaCl bond is formed, will be formed, and then one more bond type of bond we will see, that is hydrogen bonding, in next session. Thank you.